Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about DevOps tools and what are the alternative tool of current tools and those we will discuss today. So let's discuss about container orchestration tools. Like we all should know Kubernetes. So we know the Kubernetes is most popular open source containerization orchestration platform which automates the deployments, management, scaling, networking, and availability and customized containerization applications. For that, we will use Kubernetes. So the features of Kubernetes is automate the process of managing hundreds of containers and automate the rollout, rollbacks, and scaling, run anywhere, the containerization application. So mainly it is used for orchestration, containerization. So alternatives of Kubernetes is like Docker Swarm and Apache Mesos and Red Hat OpenShift and Rancher, HashiCorp Nomad and Docker Compose. These are the alternative tools for Kubernetes. Okay, same it will be used for container orchestration. Now another tool is Docker. So we know that Docker is an free and open source platform to build and ship run anywhere application lightweighted containers. The features provided by the container is consistent and isolated environment and it isolates apps the containers to eliminate conflicts to enhance the security and make distributed deployment possible. The most the managed Docker container registries are Docker Hub and Amazon Elastic Container Registry and Azure Container Registry ACR and Google Container Registry GCR and Docker Hub where we can keep the Docker images onto the Docker Hub. And alternatives of Docker is Containerd and the CRIO and Racket RKT and LXD, the Podman. These are the alternatives of Docker where we can create a Dockerize your application. We will use Docker. Same way we can use Podman to build the Docker images. So these we can use. Next, infrastructure as a code. It's an IAC. So here we can write the code and build the application and provision the platform. Like in AWS, we will use same way Azure Cloud Formation. However, Terraform is there, right? Same way we can use AWS Cloud Formation and Azure ARM and templates or Azure Bicep and Google Cloud Deployment Manager and Pulumi. These are the alternative tools of Terraform. The features of infrastructure code is reusability with the modules and workspaces and remote state management and data sharing, workspace for organizing infrastructure, version control integration, auto rollback features upon failures. These are the features of Terraform and configuration management. So Ansible works without any installing any agents and daemons and instead of connect via SHS remote and PowerShell and it will execute the tasks. So mainly for configuration management it will be used. It is ideally tool to manage the complex deployment and speed up the deployment process to ensure that automate runs consistently across the multiple platforms. No servers and daemons databases required for Ansible to work. And alternatives of configuration management tool is like Chef and Puppet. So we don't need any agent to run on to work on Ansible where we can it required the agent is required in the Chef and Puppet. And next tool is CI/CD tools, Jenkins. So Jenkins is an open source automated server. It helps to automate the parts of your software deployment related to building, testing, deploying, and facilitating the continuous integration and continuous deployment. The main reason of Jenkins' popularity is huge plugin ecosystem, which enables integration almost all the DevOps tools, including Docker, Puppet, everything. So alternatives of Jenkins is GitHub Actions, where we can do CI/CD integrated with all the tools, and Azure DevOps pipelines, AWS Code Pipeline, and GitLab, TeamCity, CircleCI, Traverse. These are the alternative tools for Jenkins. There is a Bamboo, so that is one tool. Now GitOps, so mainly used for Argo CD. The Argo CD is declarative GitOps continuous delivery tool in the Kubernetes that helps to your GitOps workflows. Argo CD helps to implement the application deployment and lifecycle management automated and easy to understand. The features are it is ability to manage the deploy multiple clusters using Argo CD and health status analysis of application resources and automated the configuration and visualization and automated the manual syncing of application to its desired state, multi-tenancy and RBAC policies for authorization, and web UI to provide a real-time view of application activities. And the alternatives of GitOps is FluxCD and Jenkins X. Next one, Kubernetes Package Manager, which is used for Helm. Okay, basically Helm is a Kubernetes package manager. You can define and install and upgrade most of the complex Kubernetes applications. Helm has main components like charts and repository and release. These are the components which we will use in Helm. The alternative of Helm is customize. Now service mesh. We will use Istio services. Istio is open source service mesh and a modernized service networking layer that provides the transparent and language independent way to flexible and easy to automate the application network functions into the distributed applications. The features of Istio services is a secure service to service communication in the cluster with a TLS encryption and a strong identity based authorization and authentication. Automated load balancing for HTTP and WebSocket and TCP traffic. The alternatives of Istio services is Linked, APG, Envoy, Console, AWS App Mesh. These are the service mesh tools for alternative. And next one is monitoring and alerting. So mostly we will use Prometheus. So Prometheus is collects the metrics from monitored the targeted by scrapping the metrics and HTTP endpoints to the target. Prometheus is an open source system to monitor and alerting toolkit originally built by SoundCloud. Okay. Prometheus collects and stores the metrics time series data from the monitorized target. The features is it is easy to implement the custom libraries and alert manager handles the notifications and silencing. The alternative tools for Prometheus is InfluxDB and OpenTSDB and Graffiti. and Nagios. Next is visualization. For visualization, mostly we will use Grafana, Prometheus and Grafana. So Grafana will multi-platform, open source analytics and interactive visualization web application. Grafana will allow us to query, visualize, and alert and understand your data, and no matter whether it is where it is stored. So it provides you to the tools to turn your data time series databases data into stateful graphs and visualization. And alternatives of Grafana is Kibana. Next one is log aggregation. So for this we will use Grafana Loki. So Grafana Loki is open source set of components that can be compressed into fully featured logging stack. Loki is an optimized for efficiently holding the log data, and the features is efficiently memory usage of indexing the logs. And multi-tenancy Loki will allow multiple tensors to the utilize the single Loki instances. The alternatives of log aggregation is Logstash and Square. Now log collector, for that we will use Fluentd. Fluentd is open source data source collector for unified logging layer, which will allows you to unify the data collection and consumption for better to use understand of data. Alternatives Fluentd is Splunk and Neuralink and Datadog. Next one is log processor. So for that one we will use Fluent Bit. The alternatives of Fluent Bit is Telegraph and Collector D and Stats D. For tracing the logs for use Jaeger and alternatives is Zipkin, AppDash and Datadog and Splunk and Neuralink. Now version control mostly we will use Git. So alternatives of Git is SVN, Mercurial and ClearCase and RTC and TFS. These are the DevOps tools. Not only this, there are many of the DevOps tools. So I listed only few. So that's all about in this session. And thanks for watching. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.